Hey, Internet Wanderer. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that you were good at a competitive video game? Of course you do. Have you looked at the mirror lately? Well, it doesn't matter how good you think you are, because there's always going to be a gamer nerd out there that's way, way, way better than you. Esports.
Fire truck.
Esports really is a sign of how big our beloved little hobby has become. Just think about it. There are multi-million-dollar events where nerds come onto a stage in places filled with hundreds or even thousands of people equally as nerdy as them just to watch the good nerds with monster logos on their t-shirts fight each other in niche video games for buttloads of money. It's an amazing thing, and having gone to my first esports tournament, I can tell you, this is something else.
No Phantom Assassins on their ass. Unless? No, she's... Oh, wait?
Just no BKB. T is still alive.
Whoa. Team wipe.
This is also going to be the first time I will be filming IRL footage to show off for the channel. This video isn't going to talk about the deep gameplay strategies that the pro players did at ESL 1, the tournament that I went to. I will say though, everything that they did in this tournament was fucking amazing. Holy shit, that was some good ass Dota right there. This video isn't going to be a formal review of the event. Rather, it's going to be talking about the vibes of the tournament.
I want to give a quick shout out to Mace. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. Never talk to me. Also, what are you doing later? Are we queuing or what? I love you.
The experience, or in other words, this is how it feels to go to a Dota 2 esports tournament.
Let's go.
Let's go, my friends. All right, in you go.
The way that started from Harvey.
What is this all chat?
Your Dragonite is going to be killed, and it's either that or you're thrown. Pick one.
But before I tell you about ESL 1, I want to talk about how esports and competitive games have come a long way. You see, the game tournaments that we have nowadays, these are serious events. They have analysts, casters,
It's absolutely perfect. Terrifying. Yeah, thanks, Anna.
pre-game and post-game shows, interviews, skits, marketing, the whole shebang. You know, it's kind of shameless how ESPN copied us gamers.
Josh Bynes has been coming all night long, but then he pulls out and it's just hard. It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big. He almost didn't know what to do. Got 5 inches on him, but just too much.
Competitive gaming was completely different years ago. 4 decades ago, you probably had just a bunch of dudes packed into a dimly lit room playing video games for petty cash. Nowadays, you have hundreds or thousands of dudes packed into a dimly lit room with stage lights playing for a lot of cash. We really are in the big leagues now. Not to discredit when esports or competitive gaming was smaller. Hell, 20, 30 years ago, competitive games already had a lot of legendary moments. Shameless simping for fighting games aside, personally, I have never actually paid much attention to competitive games and the pro scenes of those said games. Now, don't get me wrong, I play competitive games, sometimes a little too much, but I just never got the appeal of watching people who aren't just better than me at Dota, they are a lot better than me at Dota. I have this thing, It's called insecurity. I think the medical term is being a little bitch. But as time went on, I grew to like it more and more. And it all really started with the True Sight documentaries. These things are phenomenal, by the way. They're gaming documentaries made by Valve. These are official Valve products and films. And they basically chronicle the final match of each respective TI game. TI being the big tournament that Dota has every year. That's where this gigantic prize pool keeps coming from, by the way. If you haven't seen these things, they're phenomenal. I would highly recommend True Sight 8 and 9. I'll put the links in the video description. All I have to say is, the things that the players do in these documentaries, the editing, the pacing, the drama, the memes.
Yes, any choice wheels today?
I'm choosing the boom. Boom is the theme of the day.
Like, you know what cooking? You know
Yeah.
what's cooking?
Yeah, that's coming.
Okay, good.
Wait, what?
Oh no, dude, I don't have my chat wheel. What's going on?
We have to restart Dota then.
Yeah, I'm not playing finals without my chat wheel, man.
Oh, hell no.
You know what's cooking. You know what's cooking. You know what's cooking. You know what's cooking. Boom! 再见了，宝贝儿。
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
对面教练手上拿张纸，我操！
So they want the end shaker, right? Because this is the one game they won against us and the one game they won against EG.
We actually look at this tournament, it seems like we may have a record on our hands. All right.
Actual, and I say this with no irony, absolute cinema. And while those who are not really versed in the pro Dota scene or just Dota in general, this next statement might not make a lot of sense, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There is no hyperbole here. The Team OG and their competitive run in TI from 2018 to 2019 with their back-to-back wins, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest winning spree and esports story in gaming history. Do not argue with me. I am absolutely correct. I have never been wrong in my life. All of this to say is I went all the way to Raleigh, North Carolina. It was a rather long drive from where I live, which is your mom's house. The journey there was kind of weird. I saw a lot of weird stuff on the way there. There was this green stuff on the ground. I don't know what it was, but I'm not touching it. There was also this glitched out skybox with a bright light in the sky. They need to turn that down. That being said, in all seriousness, this rural region of the US is truly beautiful, especially when you're traveling along the river rapids and the Smoky Mountains. If I wasn't going to this event, I would definitely want to visit these river rapid resorts. Well, real relaxing looking, very cozy. Kind of like you, Internet Wanderer, watching me on your second monitor while you're eating a bowl of cereal or, you know, on the toilet. That's right, I know what you're doing. I'm watching you. I didn't film most of my traveling going there, so enjoy this Google Street View of a gas station on the way to North Carolina. But when I finally arrived, I was there. ESL 1. And despite my healthy amount of Dota hours, this is actually my first time going to a Dota event. Playing in shady internet cafes for pocket change does not count. At first, I was actually rather unsure about this whole event, if going to it was even a good idea. But after seeing all the other Dota fans and players at this event, and especially after seeing the games, oh my god, it reminded me why this game is just so fucking amazing. But before I talk more about the tournament, I got a little lesson for you, a little history lesson. People like to joke that the North American Dota scene is dead, whether that be in the pro scene or even in the casual scene, because for the most part, North Americans seem to prefer that other game.
PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dog! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're gonna get wiped from the face of the earth apart from aggressive. He'll jump out for the Wombo combo!
It's a well-known joke, NA Dota is dead, and this also seems to extend to other game genres as well. Damn, it just seems like America just kind of sucks at competitive video games. Don't pull up that comment saying that, actually America is really good at playing competitive Madden. That doesn't count, okay? And if you disagree with me, you can 1v1 me SF mid right now. You won't, and I'll be honest, I'm not that good of an SF player. So with the meme of NA Dota being dead, let's just say this event and all of its hosts and casters and what have you, at every
Let me remind you
single
that this team
opportunity
has the last North American player in the building.
they tried to remind us
This is my fourth attempt to have a home team here for you today, crowd. And let's see if the NA team can make it to the grand finals.
that NA Dota is in fact not dead.
Bring him this, all right? I am sick of going to Sweden. Please. So good to be back in North America obviously we've had Seattle, what, 2 years ago? It's been so long since we were anywhere else. No one cares about that, Shiva. What we care about is the NA scene is dead. All right? But the NA player base is alive! And here, baby! Where our pros have failed us, the people have come because this region lives! And we are here to prove it! More day events! Let's go, crowd! Give it up, those bastards! Yeah, baby!
The whole tournament lasted 7 days, with 4 days dedicated to the group stages and 3 for the main event. I was only there for the main event, as were most people, I imagine. And I gotta say, those 3 days were straight up amazing Dota right there. I know to those who don't play Dota, you must be asking yourself, what the fuck am I even looking at? But trust me, this is some Giga Brain level stuff.
Wants to go for the kill for the problem. Nope.
1933.
Oh my god!
I can't really cover all of the games in great detail. I'm not that good of a player. Don't let my Dota hours fool you. However, I will try to highlight some good moments in 1 or 2 games, just to really sell the atmosphere and the vibe of this tournament. But I'll cover that later. But all you need to know, Internet Wanderer, is that you don't actually even need to play Dota to understand when some hype shit is going on. It's kind of like watching baseball despite not knowing the rules. You can just feel the energy of the crowd. When I went to this event, I went with 2 others. Party member A actually plays more Dota than I do. They do not know what grass is. And my party member B does not play Dota at all.
You just watched your first pro game of Dota 2. Did you understand what just happened there?
I did understand the thing, but I only looked at the health bars, and like if there's like 4 reds, 2 greens, oh my god. It's like, oh my god. But if there's like 3 greens and 1 red, maybe, oh, there's a chance. Oh, okay. And then I have no idea about items at all.
However, my party member B does play a game that is closely related to Dota. That's right, dread it, run from it, my pointless Dota Underlords video plug comes all the same. Which is also what your mom did last night. That's a joke. April Fools. Wait, what? The convention center where the event was being held was really big. They do need to fire whoever was in charge of putting up the team stickers in front of the building. Seriously, black stickers on dark planed windows, and all of the black stickers are all together. There's no contrast here. Come on. This whole event was a great time. I saw a lot of Dota 2 figureheads, talent, and pro players. I saw Kuru, Shiver, Fly, Fear, a deranged maniac.
Oh yeah.
An even more deranged maniac.
I'm gonna give you a prize if you can get more than 50% of the quiz right.
You're gonna let my family go?
I'm gonna let your family go.
The most deranged maniac.
Times, oops, I fucked that up. Oops. 24 times.
Little did these famous Dota figureheads know, they were actually in the presence of another famous online YouTuber. One interesting thing about this tournament that it's the first, or at least I think it's the first, tournament to be held ever since Valve added the Immortal Draft spectator changes. Essentially, Valve made it that the public matches of Immortal players, the highest ranked in Dota, their games can only be viewed by the players of that given game. Let's say Joe Schmo Immortal player has a game with 9 other Joe Schmo Immortal players. Only these 10 players can download and watch their game and its replays. Lower ranked players can't view their public games, nor can other Immortal players. I mean, at that point, do you even call it pub games? Because it's not public anymore? It seems like the reason for this change was to allow for high-level players to experiment with their wacky out-of-the-box playstyles without fear of other players seeing, well, their strategies and stuff. I mean, I'm all for it. If it allows for teams to do extremely out-of-left-field plays and strategies, I think that's a good thing. However, this is much to the detriment of Dota highlight channels. This spectator change was divisive for a few people, but the overall sentiment seems to be that it's a good change in the long run. And if it wasn't for this change, we would never see a Terrorblade armlet on the main stage show.
You're gonna go for it. He goes in for the thunder! He just TVs away! What the hell was that? An intimidation factor right there. Oh my god, all of that just for that?
For this part of the video, I would actually like to talk about the games themselves. Don't worry, I'll try to explain things in such a way that even a non-Dota player can understand. Like I said earlier, I won't be covering all of the games because I would literally be here all day, but rather I just want to cover the big ones, the highlight moments, the hype, and the overall trajectory of the tournament told through one team. There were 8 teams that made it to the main event playoffs, and a bit of a spoiler, the team Paravision ended up winning. Which is crazy given the level of endurance that these guys must have had. They started in the upper bracket, immediately lost and was sent to the lower bracket, and they had to play 3 best of 3s, all of which made it to 3, all the while being 1 loss away from being eliminated. That is an extraordinary amount of pressure. 1 slip up and they're gone. And of those games that they had to play, some of them, well actually a lot of them, lasted a really long time. On day 2, the last series of the day, Paravision had to fight the team BetBoom. 2 of the games that they played lasted well over an hour. By the time Paravision won the game, it was already midnight. During these games, the crowd was actually losing their mind with how much idle farming was going on. I know I'm adding a lot of these clips and montages at random points in this video, but do you guys want to see what it's like when the casters, the crowd, and the player collectively loses their mind over a 70-minute game? Well, say no more.
BM to encourage the crowd to chant, do something. Hey, shout out to all of you here, late in Raleigh, sticking around for this game. You guys have been a fantastic crowd. You guys are doing NA Dota proud. You know what? Some of you guys are used to this. I know you guys. I know North America Dota through and through. We love hitting creeps, don't we, folks?
Yeah, we just keep that on the screen. It'll be there for a while, I think.
Shut up, Avery. There's something happening in the top lane, the tower.
No, it's not.
It's a tier 2.
Anyway, back to my... 2 on.
We got another 30 minutes, boys and girls.
Drink up.
Somebody give me a drink, man.
He ran out of beer. He ran out of beer 10 minutes ago.
The goblet's empty. The final hero in this game, GPK's Dragonite with a BKB, SNY, Nullifier, Mage Slayer, and a Blink Dagger. These guys are going to be slick-slotted before we fight.
Pure shows again.
Shows himself, jumps away in the trees before Satanic can get his hold on it. And of course, at the first sign of danger, Pure TP's away, and the rest of BetBoom follow suit. He walks out of the Wukong's command, walks down. Wait, what was that? Paravision have gone mad. We called it. They're seeing things. They're hallucinating out here. He's seeing heroes where they're not.
They have all 5 up.
Yeah.
A celebratory drink after that team fight.
That little kobold. He's absolutely smashed.
Yeah, this guy's out of his mind. This guy thinks he's in Birmingham right now.
Oh, God! Jesus Christ, what happened?
The crowd did not like that. They did not like that. We're going to have to find another kobold.
GPK, I'm sorry, bud, but you guys deserve to lose this game too now.
What an absolutely disgusting, absurd, neurotic, toxic, unfathomable game.
So they had to play 3 games against BetBoom, 2 of them lasting more than an hour. So after winning 6 games in a day, they were secured the lower bracket finals that would happen the day after. Or should I say, later that day, since by the time day 2 wrapped up and the players finally got some rest, it was well into the early morning of day 3. But hey, Paravision's carry player birthed a new meme, so he has that going for him.
That's such a mixed bag. The way that started for Paravision was...
What is this all chat? What is it?
On day 3, Paravision faced off against Tundra Esports, which was definitely the last hope for NA Dota, with Moon Meander, who despite being the team's coach and not actually playing, the crowd definitely did seem to favor. Basically, most of the players in this tournament were European. Tundra knew that Paravision would have been fatigued, and they tried their best to drag the games out to exhaust Paravision. But despite that, Game 1 and 2 lasted less than 30 minutes, with Tundra winning 1 game and Paravision the other. But it was Game 3 that really pushed Paravision to their limits, with the game lasting 76 minutes, and arguably is the best and most memorable match of this entire tournament. That's where all of these Terrorblade clips keep coming from.
He's on it too high. Nightmare tries to go for it, but no! He's just gonna get killed instead! No!
Basically, Terrorblade is a hero that is typically played as a hard carry, but recently has been played more and more as a support, with his reflection ability, high base armor, high attack damage thanks to his demon form, serving him well regardless of his role. But it was Game 3 that the pro player, 9 class, the support of Team Paravision, brought out a meme playstyle for Terrorblade that is straight out of 2014. You see, Terrorblade's ultimate is called Sunder, and all it does is you swap health bars with a target, ally, or enemy. It's pretty good as a clutch spell in a typical engagement. You can be fighting in a team fight, your health drops really low, and then suddenly, boom, you swap health bars with the enemy and you're back in business. But let's just say that there are more devious ways to use this. Let me introduce 3 items for you. Blink Dagger, Armlet, and Dagon. The Blink Dagger allows players to, well, blink short distances to jump scare people. The Armlet of Mordigian, whatever, Armlet gives the player armor, damage, and a lot of raw health at the cost of constantly draining your HP when it's activated. And Dagon is basically a magic wand that shoots red lightning at a single target. All of these items are relatively cheap, all costing about 2,000 gold roughly. You can kinda see the meme playstyle before you already. Drain your health by leaving the armlet on. Get it to really low health. You can toggle it on and off when you're low health to ensure that you literally do not get killed at 1 health. It also helps that the health drain of the armlet isn't lethal. You can leave it on at 1 health at all times. It's not ideal, but you can do it. So, with Terrorblade at low health, you will blink to an unsuspecting target at full health, swap health bars, and as soon as they're at low health, boom, finish them off with a Dagon. This playstyle is what archaeologists will call the Armlet Dagon Terrorblade, or in other words, dog shit. To the non-Dota players out there, this might seem overpowered and foolproof, but believe me, this is a meme playstyle for a reason. It is, for the most part, not good. And when we saw 9 class whip it out for their Game 3, the game where they potentially might get eliminated, all of us thought that he was on some galaxy brain shit, you know, out of the box level thinking, trying to pull a strategy that's so dumb that it actually might work.
I mean, so the logic here is with Armlet, you can get yourself low over time. You can choose when you want to start burning out, and then you can obviously get a really strong Sunder. And in theory, it's a mega high impact play for a support player because you can almost kill an enemy core instantly by being low. But you gotta be really careful because when you're that low, anything scratches you, you just die on the spot and it's self-griefing. So,
yeah, you can get cleaved by Tidebringer.
Yeah, cleaved by Tidebringer. Maybe you just run into an Illuminate or something.
Is he actually gonna go for this?
He has already decided.
All right, so if you go.
And as the esteemed designer of Dota 2, IceFrog, once said, "Don't misquote me, asshole. Nobody knows what I sound like." Needless to say, 9 classes Terrorblade did not work. There is not a single time where he got a single kill with this playstyle. He's rather lucky that his team was already significantly ahead by the time he decided to whip out this meme build. And I know that there's definitely an argument that by him doing this really inherently bad playstyle, it did some psychological fear damage to Tundra. But listen, man, psychological damage, that doesn't count. That doesn't show up on the scoreboard, okay? And it doesn't help that as the game went on, Tundra actually started to turn the game around. They were playing smart and picking off Paravision's team members one by one. It also did not help that, for the most part, 9 class, who is a support, by the way, was spending an abnormal amount of time literally doing nothing, roaming around, looking for a kill, all of which failed. So the game, not looking good. Paravision started off Game 3 with a solid lead, but they are losing it handily. In fact, Tundra did this insane play blocking off the Brewmaster, locking him into their base and getting a free kill. There's a lot of technical Dota BS, I'll just show it in text form. There you go.
Okay, are they gonna try? Yeah, they're trying to save his first split.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the blocks. Blocks.
Not quite there. Soxley, you're very fast. Trying to block him. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Oh! They get him in the fountain. Unreal play. That is sick. That was absolutely sick.
This was some actual good-ass Dota. The back and forth was sublime. Paravision had their back to the wall despite their early lead. And it was so bad that 9 classes Terrorblade had to stop building his Dagon, much to the sadness of the casters in the crowd.
All right, hold on a second. He changed to a sheepstick. Can we get some booze, please? Thank you. God, so disappointed in 9 class right now.
going for a real item. Just unforgivable.
And outside of the meme Terrorblade, you also had Tundra's BZM building multiple Divine Rapiers for Kunkka. These are builds and strats that you would see from Dota a decade ago, or in 1K MMR games. It was bizarre, to say the least.
We have an armlet Terrorblade who sells armlet because it was garbage somehow. Who could have thought?
But as time went on, Paravision started to get the momentum back in their favor. And they were slowly able to dismantle Tundra's base bit by bit, eventually beating the last hope for NA Dota. Not really. Paravision won the lower bracket finals and was able to make it to the final event, the grand finals, best of 5. Unfortunately, their next opponent wasn't going to be easy. They were going to face off against a team who won the International 2 times in a row. Almost as legendary as OG, the team that I mentioned earlier in the video, Team Spirit. Paravision made it to the finals, and by God, they wanted this tournament to be over ASAP. That's a lot of games. And sure, long Dota games are not unheard of. I myself have had 90-minute Dota games. It's a somewhat regular occurrence for Dota. However, imagine having games last more than an hour, multiple games in a row, in a tournament where you are one slip-up away from being eliminated. That is a lot for Paravision to worry about, but they were able to manage. Paravision wanted this tournament to be over ASAP. Too many hour-long games, multiple days in a row. And after 4 grueling games, none of which lasted more than 40 minutes, by the way, they clutched it. Paravision won. They beat the 2-time TI winning team, Team Spirit. Apologies if it seems like I'm not giving the grand finals that much focus, but if I'm being completely honest, they just played better than them. They outplayed them on the map, with their item pacing, their hero choices, the drafting, deciding where and when to take team fights, everything. Team Spirit is very good. It's just that Paravision in this specific tournament played much better. It's as simple as that. Because after all, you can't beat Satanic. Those were amazing games by Paravision. An insane run, really, honestly. That being said, this whole tournament was just an amazing celebration of Dota. There are some things that I wanted to critique. I wish that there was a bigger diversity of heroes played, but there were also a lot of hero picks that definitely people did not see coming. Still, it would have been nice to see some other heroes like Omni Knight being picked.
We have an Omni Knight player right here, so I need the sale pitch. Omni Knight, why are we going to be getting Omni Knight out here? Slacks, let me know. What do these teams know that they need to know?
Don't pick that shit. Bad. Bad. Ice Frog, if you're watching, baby, fix that shit. It's bad, dude. Don't pick it. Love you, buddy. Get to work, please.
But overall, an amazing event, really, honestly. There are 2 more high-profile Dota tournaments in the coming months, with the Esports World Cup, and TI itself is coming soon. So all I have to say, Internet Wanderer, is if you have the ability to go to these events in person, you absolutely should. I won't, because, well, I'm broke now. Those convention center food cost a pretty penny. But if I could go, I would go. Put it in a simpler way, you, Internet Wanderer, should give competitive esports events a try. It doesn't even have to be Dota. It can be anything, because they are all a celebration of this little hobby we all have. It's a very heartwarming experience going to an event and seeing people who share the same love and passion for a hobby just like you. To see them gasp and awe and shout and scream at other people playing the game very well is a transcendent experience. There's really nothing else like it, and I myself cannot wait to go to another one. That's gonna do it for me, Internet Wanderer. Thanks for watching. Do the YouTube things.